Hey everybody, this is Tiara. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. I am so excited to launch this channel. It's been a long time coming, let me tell you. So I've been away from a social media now for about 2 years. And during those 2 years, I went through a lot of self-discovery. I went through a lot of soul searching and self-reflection. And I learned so many things. I had to deal with those deep-rooted issues that honestly, throughout the years, I didn't want to deal with because they were too painful, or it was just something that I kept running from. And so I had to just stop cleaning my tracks and be like, okay, Tiara, it's time to get yourself together. It's time to start your healing journey and your healing process. And so throughout these 2 years, I have learned so much. And so that's why God has been leading me to do this YouTube channel. And I believe that it's really going to change a lot of people's life and really help a lot of people, because throughout these 2 years, I've learned so much, and I have gained a different perspective on life and just everything in between. So basically, the reason that I'm doing this YouTube channel, the topic of it all, my niche, I guess you could say, is going to be self-development. I feel like you cannot develop yourself enough. I feel like every single day we have to take little steps to develop ourselves better, to develop ourselves more, and to make us better people. And self-development not only helps you, but it benefits everybody around you, because they're getting a developed person. They're getting a new person every single day that's evolving, that's adjusting, that's improving. And so self-development is so important. And let me tell you, self-development may not be something that you get paid for in the beginning, and you may not see the benefits of it in the beginning. But as you continue on that journey of developing yourself and taking small steps to develop yourself, you're really going to see how it's going to set you up for success in order for you to reach your goals and to reach your accomplishments. And you're going to see the benefits of it in the long run. And let me tell you, once you really get to reach the pinnacle of whatever you believe success is, whatever you call success, because we all, have different versions of what success is, or different ideas of what success is. Self-development is going to help you to maintain what you get and to do good with what you get. So that's why self-development is so important. And I also am an artist in many forms. So just a few ways is I also do music, and I speak, I host events, I do things like that. So you're going to see a lot of that going on in this YouTube channel. So I'm so excited for this. So the first topic of this video, my first video, woohoo, is 4 tips on how to be confident and how to love yourself. And I think this is so important for my first video, because I am a person who dealt with low self-esteem and insecurity for a long time. And now I'm finally at a place where I'm getting confident in myself and where I am developing and growing into high self-esteem. But it took me a long time to get here. But I've learned so much, especially throughout these 2 years, of what confidence is and what loving yourself truly means. And confidence is so important. Confidence is going to shape your whole entire life. If you're not confident and if you don't love yourself, you're going to choose so many things that are beneath you, so many things that devalue you. You're going to choose people, places, and things that really just beat you down instead of lifting you up. So that's why confidence is so important, because it's going to shape your whole entire life, and it's also going to shape your decisions, whether you realize that or not. But if you sit back like I had to do, and if you look back over your life, you'll realize that probably 9 times out of 10, the choices that you chose to make, nobody else made them, but that you chose to make, probably stems down to deep inside you didn't feel good about yourself. So once you recognize that, once you accept that, then you can truly get to a place where you can start your journey of being confident and loving yourself more. My hair had a little malfunction, y'all, so excuse me. It's so long, it be going crazy sometimes. But so the first tip is realize that everything starts within. That is like one of the most important things that I didn't realize when I was very insecure, when I had low self-esteem. I would look in the mirror and I would just hate everything about myself. I wanted to look like everybody but me. I would always compare myself to other people, and I just really hated myself. Like, it was just such a dark time in my life where I just felt so insecure and I had such low self-esteem. So then I had to realize that everything starts within. So that means that however you feel inside, most of the time that's going to dictate the choices that you make. That's going to dictate the friends you have. That's going to dictate what you choose to do, because you don't feel good within. And because you don't feel good within, you allow your emotions to affect your decisions because you don't feel good. So anything that comes to you, you're probably going to accept. Anybody that treats you badly, you're probably going to accept that because you don't feel good within, and you think that that's normal. You think that that dysfunction that you're in is normal. You think people treating you wrong and abusing you in different ways is normal because you don't feel good, or because that's all you've ever known. So you have to realize that everything starts within. So, and most of the time, when you realize that what you're feeling inside is being shifted into the world. That may sound a little crazy, but it's true. Like what you feel inside, you're giving that off into the world, and then you're going to be attracting things based off of how you feel, whether you realize it or not. Now, let me tell you, there's a difference. So if you are confident and if you are secure, you're going to have challenges. You're going to attract people that aren't good for you. That's true enough. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that if you're confident and you're secure and you have high self-esteem, that bad things or bad people are not going to try to come into your life. That's not what I'm saying. But the difference is when you're confident and when you're secure and you have a sense of confidence and a sense of security within yourself, you are able to handle those situations better. And you're able to say, no, I will not tolerate that, with all due respect, or no, you're not going to treat me that way, or no, I'm not going to this place, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not going to indulge in that because I respect myself and because I love myself. But if you're not confident and you're not secure in yourself, if those same bad things come to you, most of the time you'll accept it or you'll indulge in it because you don't know that you're more valuable than that. You don't know that you're worth more than that. So that's why it's so important to get that statement into your mind and start really believing that everything starts within. Let me talk about me. I ain't gonna talk about y'all. Let me talk about me. So, a lot of times, like I told you, I was very insecure. I had such low self-esteem. And if I look back on my life, I realized that I let people treat me in a kind of way. I accepted anything because I wanted to feel some type of love and validation. And it all stemmed from, if I think back at the unwise choices that I made, it all stemmed from that I didn't love myself enough to say, this is not good for me, or I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to let somebody treat me this way. And this is just some examples, but it was because I didn't feel good within. So once you realize that, and once you accept that, because it all comes with acceptance, healing and stuff, the first major step is accepting that, hey, I may not feel good right now. I may not feel good about myself right now. I may have made some unwise decisions, but I can start from today and do better with loving myself. I can start today by speaking life into myself. I can start today with really creating boundaries for myself to what I am going to tolerate and what I'm not going to tolerate. And I'm also going to be in a place where I actually can love people too, and give them the love that they need, just like I expect them to give me the love that I need. So it's all about realizing that everything starts within, and things are not going to change overnight. But if you get this concept first and you understand this concept that everything starts within, then you can start being mindful and more aware of what's going on in your life so that you can make a better decision. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So tip number 2 is you are unique and you have a purpose. You are unique and you have a purpose. I don't think that there's anybody that has walked this earth, that's been born, that does not have a purpose. We all are unique and we all have a divine purpose in this world. And back in the day when I was younger, when I was growing up, I wanted to be everything but unique. I wanted to fit in so bad. And when I would go into different settings in certain schools that I went into, especially in elementary school, there weren't a lot of people who looked like me. And if I would go into different settings, I would always be the one that looked different or acted different or something like that. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't people who looked like me ever in my life that I came across. That's not what I'm saying. But most of the time when I was growing up, I would always be the one that was different. And I wanted nothing more than to fit in with those people. So I would do things to try to fit in. I would not be my authentic self because I wanted these people to like me so much. I wanted my peers to like me so much. So I would really degrade myself and really devalue myself because I wanted to fit in so bad. So if you're a person who embraces your differences, who embraces your uniqueness, I highly admire you, because I'm telling you, it's something so beautiful in embracing who you are, embracing that you're not the same, that you don't do what everybody else does, that you don't look like everybody else, that you are different. And it's beautiful to be unique. It's beautiful to be different. There's nothing wrong with that. And back in the day, I wish that I would have embraced my differences instead of trying to fit in so much, because there is something so freeing in just being your authentic self and saying, hey, take it or leave it. This is who I am. If you don't want to be my friend, I'm cool with that. If you don't want to date me, or if you don't want to be in my circle, or if you don't like me, I'm cool with that, because I am okay with being different. I am okay with being unique. So that's something that I want you guys to all understand, that it's okay to be unique. It's actually a beautiful thing that you can truly embrace, and you can go so far in life without seeking anybody's validation but your own. So listen, you have a divine purpose in this world. You were not put on this earth by mistake or coincidence. God knew you before your mom and dad ever got together. And if you do have a relationship with God, you should definitely, if you don't know your purpose yet, you should definitely be praying to Him, having that quiet time to see what it is that He wants you to do on this earth, because your gift will truly make room for you once you tap into it. Now, you got to build it, and it may take some time, but ultimately, the end goal is that you're going to be put into rooms and into places and to atmospheres and get opportunities because of your gift. And most of the time, your purpose and your gift is something that you love to do that's going to bring a positive impact into the world. So it's not just for self-gain. That's not what your purpose is for. Yes, you're going to be successful. You're going to live a prosperous life. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe that we're just supposed to go through this world struggling. I just don't believe that. I believe that we're supposed to be financially free, but at the same time, I believe that your purpose is going to build the kingdom. Your purpose is going to create a positive atmosphere. It's going to have a positive impact that's going to help people. That's what I truly believe. So you are unique, and you do have a purpose, and you have to get that into your heart and really believe that no matter what you've done, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you have failed, get back up and tell yourself, I am unique and I have a purpose, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to take that time to develop myself and really know myself, so that then I will know what my purpose is. And in time, if you keep praying to God, if you keep doing the soul searching and doing the self-work, God will reveal what you're supposed to do. Now, I'm a Christian. As you know, I brought God into it. Throughout my videos, I'm going to tell you, I'm always going to say something about God, because that's just what's in me. I can't hide what's in me. And if you're not a Christian, that's cool too. You can still take things out of this. We all have our different beliefs, but we all can come together and love each other at the same time. But I love my God. I love my Jesus. Don't get me wrong. So just realize that you are unique and you have a purpose. And don't let nobody tell you that you're not unique or make you feel bad for being unique and that you don't have a purpose, because you do. All right, tip number 3 is speak life into yourself. Man, this is so important, and it's a daily process to really develop the habit of speaking life into yourself. Let me tell you, there's been so many times that I have just spoke so many mean, nasty things to myself, so many downgrading things to myself, making myself feel so bad. Like nobody had to critique me because I was my worst critic. I just looked at myself and said, oh, you should have did this better, and you don't do this and you don't do that, and just all of these crazy things. And so once I was speaking those things into myself, I was believing those things. It was coming to my mind, and then it was going into my heart, and then it was going to my spirit. And so I started believing those things and living in all that negativity. And let me tell you, you have to speak life into yourself, and you can't expect nobody else to do it. You have to speak life into yourself. Let me tell you something. You are with yourself 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 365 days a year. You have to be with yourself all the time. There's a lot of people that you can run away from, but you cannot run away from yourself. So you have to start speaking life into yourself. Start speaking positive things into yourself. Even if you don't feel it, still speak them. If you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm just having a bad day, that's okay to acknowledge that you're having a bad day. That's okay to sit in that for a minute, but then you got to get up and you got to say, although I don't feel good, I am great. I am powerful. Today is going to be a blessed day. I am destined for greatness. You have to speak those things into yourself, and it may take time. You may not believe the things that you are speaking right away, but if you stay consistent with that, and if you stay disciplined with speaking positive things into yourself and into your life, then you're going to see that you're going to start believing it over time. Like a lot of times we let our brain tell us what to do, and we let our words tell us what to do. So now we have to switch that over and tell our brain that we are going to have a good day. Tell our words that we are great. Tell our words and our brain that we are beautiful, regardless of what our eyesight says to us, regardless of what we see, regardless of what we feel. We can train our brain and our words to speak life and to believe life about yourself. So I'm telling you, speaking life is so important, and I'm a living witness. I have spoke so many bad things about myself, and I felt so bad about myself, and ultimately I chose horrible, destructive things, and I went through horrible and destructive things that I caused because I did not speak life into myself, and because I believed so many negative things about myself. So speaking life into yourself is so important. And the last one, guys, we're on number 4, is it's not about what they think about you. It's about what you think about you. So kind of 3 and 4 go hand in hand, because you have to believe in your mind that you are great, and you have to speak that you are great, no matter what your situation looks like right now. So let me tell you, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, somebody is going to have an opinion about you, and everybody is not going to like you. You could be the best person ever, and we're not perfect, so we make mistakes. We're not always going to get everything right, but no matter what you do, if you did so many great things, people are going to zone in on that one wrong thing that you did, or they're going to zone in on that you're a different person now, but they're going to zone in on your past, that you used to do this and you used to do that. And so, people are always going to have an opinion about you. So if you live for other people's opinion or other people's validation, you're never going to be fulfilled. You're never going to reach your goals. And if you do reach your goals, you're not going to be fulfilled in them. You're not going to be content in them, because you are so focused on what other people say about you or what other people think about you. It's all about what you think about you, and you shouldn't let anybody's opinion or words affect how you feel about you. Now, you can take correction, because correction is love, and people who love you are going to correct you, especially if they know that you're trying to reach these big visions and these big goals. But they will do it, if they're correcting you, they're going to do it out of respect and out of love. They're not just going to be like completely nasty and disrespectful to you. So you have to kind of discern who is correcting me out of respect and who is just being completely disrespectful. And you take in the things that people are saying that are true about you, and you make improvements, and then you can just completely disregard what anyone else is saying that's completely disrespectful, and they're coming at you sideways. They talking out the side of their neck, okay? But for real, you really have to think good about yourself and not let other people's opinions define who you are. God made you. He created you. So that means that he has a great plan for you, and you can't let what other people's opinion affect what you're trying to do in the earth. So you just have to keep going with your head held high. Keep your head held high and know that there are great things waiting for you. But if you allow people and you allow their opinions to get you down and to keep you from moving, then you'll never be able to truly move forward, because you're always focused on what they think. And most of the time, people project their opinion on you because ultimately that's how they feel about themselves, or they haven't reached what they wanted in life, or they're mad about how their life turned out. So then when they see you trying to do something, when they see that you're trying to better yourself, then they will project how they truly feel about themselves on you. And once you understand that, then you can give people more empathy. You can give people more grace, because you got to understand that, again, it all goes back to tip number 1. Everything starts within. So usually how people treat you, it starts within them, and that's how they feel about themselves. And so when you realize that, then you don't get so mad at them. You don't get so frustrated at them. You don't want to fight them and tear up the whole place, because you know that ultimately that's how they feel about themselves. So you could be like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna separate myself from this situation right now, thank you, bye, see you later, deuces. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about really taking the time to get to know yourself, to really be honest with yourself, to accept who you are at face value, and then make tiny steps every day to better yourself, to love on yourself. Like I told you, we're with ourselves every single day. We cannot run from ourselves. So we have to learn how to love ourselves. And if that means, when you're feeling down, just telling yourself it's okay to feel down, but I still love you. You're still great. You're still wonderful. Take those moments to love on yourself. Give yourself a hug sometimes. That's okay. That's not weird. Give yourself a hug. Do things that are going to help you in your mind, your body, and your spirit, whether that's going for a walk, or journaling, or reading the word if you are a Christian, or reading a self-help book, or just doing little things like that, buying your favorite treats, buying your favorite drinks. I have like 2 or 3 emotional health drinks that I have. I have my coffee, I have my water, and I have something else sometimes, and those things really just make me feel good. Now, if you're on a budget, don't be spending too much money doing self-care. Now, I ain't saying spend your bill money on nails or hair or makeup or something like that, but if you have the money to splurge and your bills are taken care of, then sometimes, you can treat yourself. You can treat yourself to a massage or some ice cream or some coffee or whatever it is that you like. So it's just all about taking time to be with yourself, taking yourself on dates, doing things with yourself to make you build more confidence and for you to love yourself more. Now, let me tell you, we just skim the surface of what confidence is. So I'm going to have more videos coming out about confidence and about loving yourself, because it's a daily thing. And if you didn't love yourself yesterday, if you were just completely negative and just completely down on yourself, today is the day that you can start and make some little changes to just tell yourself that you love yourself. Just say, I love you, self. I'm proud of you, self. Because let me tell you, if you're still here today, I know that there's got to be some things that you're proud of, that you have done, that you have overcome, some things that you have accomplished. There's got to be something that you are proud of about yourself, because you're not all bad. And just because you may have made the worst mistake ever, that does not mean that you can't get back on the right road and get back on the right track. So it's a daily process. It's a daily process. It's a daily process of adjusting, readjusting, resetting, refocusing, and then just doing your best every single day. And if you do your best every single day, then that's all that is required of you. And then learning, if you didn't do your best that day, doing better the next day. So, guys, I love y'all so much. I'm so excited for this YouTube channel. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you guys. I think it's going to be so amazing, and I think we're going to help each other, and I just can't wait to get to know you guys. So be looking out for the next video. This is Tiara coming at y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed day. I may not know you, but let me tell you, I already love you. I'm praying for you, and I wish you much success. See you later. Bye.